I've been a big advocate of moving off of Pascal Siakam. He's a great player. He's a great asset. Unfortunately, he's just not good enough to elevate the Toronto Raptors to where we could be, where we should be, where we're able to compete with the likes of the Milwaukee Bucks, with the likes of the Miami Heat, with the likes of the Boston Celtics. We can think we are able to compete with them all we want, but the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? We have 3 years of playoffs results to show for it. Right? And so it's frustrating because the Toronto Raptors are more than likely not going to do anything significant in this offseason, right? Because I also saw a report that the Toronto Raptors are hard to bargain with. Other teams are frustrated with how the Toronto Raptors bargain or talks around some of their players, because some of their players are really coveted, right? OG Anunoby has been really coveted around the NBA. Every single offseason since last year, he was talked about. He was talked about at the trade deadline, and he's sought after again. He's sought after again this offseason. He is hot commodity. The Toronto Raptors could get so much more for OG Anunoby. And OG Anunoby has been with the Toronto Raptors for what? Since 2017? How many years is that? 5 years? Was it 2016? He's been with them for half a decade or more. It hasn't shown any promise. Hasn't really shown anything. Right? I mean, Jason Tatum has been with the Boston Celtics since 2017, 5 years, has reached the finals, has become an all-star. If OG Anunoby was going to become this grandiose player that the Toronto fans think he's going to be, he would have been already. The thing is, he's just not as good as they think he is. He's very good at a particular thing, and that is wing defense, right? He can defend the wing at an incredible rate, and other teams, especially in the Western Conference, are looking for that in order to guard guys like Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, right? LeBron James. They need that, and the Toronto Raptors could get a lot for him. And then there's this. The Toronto Raptors are more than likely not going to be able to retain Fred Vanvleet. So he's going to be gone. So if Fred Vanvleet is gone after this season, and the Toronto Raptors think they can run it back with whatever is left with Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., we're not going anywhere. You're going to be stuck. You're going to be here again, same time next year. And by here, I mean out of the playoffs, same time next year, right? Because it's unlikely that Fred VanVleet is going to sign with the Toronto Raptors. He's looking for big money. And Gary Trent Jr. has opted into his contract, so he's going to stay with the Toronto Raptors. And so nothing has happened for the Toronto Raptors. No off-season trade, nothing. All we've done is a coach change, and that's not going to do anything. And if we lose Fred VanVleet, like, where are we going to be? I've proposed this before. You need to package Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and you need to buy into rebuilding. That's what needs to happen. I mean, you need to rebuild. We need to rebuild because this team, I swear, is not going anywhere. And I was saying the exact same thing last year in the offseason when I was advocating that we go and get Kevin Durant. Go and get Kevin Durant. Trade Pascal Siakam, Gary Trent Jr., a few draft picks for Kevin Durant when he asked for a trade and no other team in the league was trying to get him. I've been saying this for a while, and it needs to happen. Pascal Siakam's great, but he's not that type of player. He's not an elevating, a game-changing, franchise-changing player. That's what you need. And if you don't have that, you need to rebuild. I've seen reports that the Toronto Raptors could go after Grady Dick if the Dallas Mavericks pass up over him or if other teams pass up over him. But I don't know if he's going to be there by the time the Toronto Raptors are on the board. And then also, will he make a huge change? I'm into drafting new talent. I'm into rebuilding around Scotty Barnes. But it seems like the Toronto Raptors are trying to do something completely different. I will honestly be so frustrated by the time the season starts. We have, again, Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and a new head coach, and Scotty Barnes, and Fred VanVleet's gone. I don't know how much longer I can scream, so it is what it is. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time.